Leon Thomas here with Joel Gray. Joel and I both attended Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh, and we met each other through a series of conferences there. Joel, how's it going?
Going well, LT. Hopefully I can call you that. Yeah, good to be with you.
Right on. Yes, you can. Yes, you may call me that. It's good to be here. So you and I started talking a year ago, maybe a little longer, about doing something different for students, minority students, black students at HBCUs, and we got something going on, right?
Yeah, I think that that's something that we align with. Being that we were minorities at Robert Morris, and able to collaborate in our professional realm now is really cool. But I definitely, in the capacity in which I serve, I work for the Pittsburgh Pirates as manager of community outreach. I'm always looking for ways to expose careers, opportunities to folks that look like me or may not look like me. But I thought it would be cool to come together and have a conversation with folks that look like me about our career journeys and what can we inspire the youth to do next.
Yep, yep. And when you brought the idea to me, the thing that I liked about it was, like you mentioned, the perfect relationship in getting this done because I run a virtual production company, a virtual event company, and we thought about let's do something, and so we talked about it, talked about it, and then finally we said let's pray about it, and we did, and God led us to Next Generation Conferences. So, folks, you can go to nextgenerationconferences.com. And Joel, we have the first conference coming up on the 25th of February.
Yeah, I love the concept next generation, right? Because no matter how old you are, there's always a next generation after you. So, I mean, if you're in high school, you got to go down to the middle schoolers. If you're in college, go to the high schoolers and then go on and so on and so forth. But I'm happy that that's where we landed. And so to have a conference where we're always reaching back down to the next generation is very important in our climate today. Um, and then it's awesome to have a virtual platform where we can have that connectivity um, and to have it to be the first conference be for sports. I mean, that's right up my alleyway. So I'm excited for this conversation.
All right, yeah, and let's see. You work for the Pirates. How long you been with the Pirates?
I've been blessed to be with the Pirates since 2013.
Okay, right on. Good, good. So experienced, and you're bringing in some other folks that work in Pittsburgh, that work with teams in Pittsburgh. Who's I can't remember everybody you have lined up. So go ahead and tell our viewers.
Yeah, so here in the city, if you do any research on social media, you'll see the tagline hashtag Bird Proud, and I think that that is something that we truly bleed black and gold. So I have my peer a peer from the Steelers. Her name's Blair Holmes, who serves as director of community relations, and then my other peer at the Penguins, Delvina Morrow, who serves in capacity of diversity strategies with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So those two folks are coming on, and then a gentleman that covers all of the sports, Andrew Stocky, who's with WTAE, is also planning to be with us in discussion to talk about our career paths and talk about things that we have learned in this current climate, and hopefully just open up a Q&A session to answer any questions.
Yeah. One of the things that you and I we talked about was that there are black people, right, and other minorities that are excellent. They're leaders in their professions in sports and other industries, right?
Mhm.
You take you, for example, right? You're a leader when it comes to community relations and how to get a professional sports team involved in the community. You're an expert at that.
Mhm.
And many of the conferences that my company hosts, and many of those that I attend, I see black people and other minorities on the agenda. But in that panel discussion or that conversation about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and
Mhm.
they introduce the speaker or the panel, and they say they have 10 years experience doing this, 15 years experience here, and we ask him to show up, we ask her to show up and be a part of the diversity panel. I'm like, well, why didn't you get them to talk about marketing? Why didn't you get them to talk about finance? And you ask that question of some people, and they're like, well, we thought well, wait, they're black, yes, but good at what they do. Why didn't they get a chance to talk about marketing or other things? And so we have two guests that are going to be with us, Joel. Koshe Irby, who's
Mhm.
the chief marketing officer for professional bull riders for PBR. He's
Yeah.
gonna he's gonna be on the conference. A brother who markets a sport that is what 85-90% of the audience is white, but
Mhm.
he's a recognized leader in sports marketing. And we also have Jacques McClendon, who's the director of football operations for the LA Rams.
Super Bowl contenders.
Super Bowl. Now, wouldn't that be something if, a week or so after the Super Bowl, Jacques McClendon is right here with our students and others,
That'd be
right?
incredible, man.
Yeah, and I was looking up some things on him yesterday. He played 7 years in NFL, has a undergraduate and master's degree from the University of Tennessee,
Hmm.
and recently earned his master's, a second master's from Brown University. And he's also on the Knight Commission on Sports. So with those folks that you mentioned early and the
Yes,
two that I just talked about, I mean, we have some heavy hitters
I would
in
agree.
sports, right?
I would agree, and I love your point of this is not a D&I specific conversation. This is us showing black talent in all these different realms of the game, and I definitely think that's important. I hope to continue to highlight these folks that do these jobs and have them talk more so about their jobs and how did they get there, and not dwell so much on the D&I conversation because I think it's the fabric of our lives, right? It's our normal, and I feel like we have some great experts in these spaces. So, to have those experts be representation black, it's just that bonus feature there. So, um, you know, we are highly encouraging HBCUs to tap in or Black and Brown students to tap in. But I see this conference open for anybody interested in getting into sports
Mm-hmm.
because that conversation is going to be focused on those topics. And that's something that I'm excited about for sure, that these topics are going to be discussed by Black folks.
Mm-hmm. One of the things you talked about when we were thinking about this and piecing it all together, you said, well, we can do the one on sports. But then how about the same thing in other areas? How about, well, I think you said, well, you used to work in hotels. How about hotel management, right?
Which
And
is a
then you
huge industry.
yes, big industry. And
Yeah.
then and you said, I know some people in tech.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could do the same thing with tech and the arts. And so if anyone goes to the website, the dates aren't there for hotel management, tech, and the arts, but the planning is being done.
Yes.
In fact, just yesterday, I met with someone that this was not even the subject of conversation, and I found out her background and said we're going to have this thing sometime soon, and she says, "Count me in,
Help me in. Let's
count me
go.
in." So yeah, so I'm really excited about what this is going to do for so many people to just provide that exposure. I'm
That
really
exposure.
excited about
And I
this.
just had a conversation this week with somebody just reached out to me randomly, which happens a lot in my job. But they work for Allegheny Health Network, so the medical field, and they end up being a black male. And I just sidebar and said, "Hey, would you ever be interested in leading a conversation in your space for medicine and recruit other black talent? Count me in." That's another conference that we could put on the map there. But I just think again, exposure is how I got to where I am today. Of course, God leading my footsteps. But I got exposed to sports as being a ball boy for the Steelers when I was in high school, and that just showed me that there's opportunities outside of playing the game to work in the game. So if we can continue to just expose, those careers in hospitality, technology, arts, medicine, who knows what barriers we're able to break through for youth that are tapping in.
Yeah. And the other thing that I'm really proud of about the way we're doing this, that college students and others are have a hand in helping this take place, right?
Yes.
We'll have Jasmine Pollock, who has her own sports show called First Impression Sports Talk. She's going to be leading one of the discussions, I think, interviewing Andrew Stocky, right? You
Mhm.
you have some folks, some students
Yes.
in Pittsburgh. Tell us about what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, I yet to follow up, but we had a conversation. They're called the Young Black Educated Group. Basically, it's a group of peers that unified around when George Floyd started, and they unified to be activists for their age group. But I think that those young talents are going to be awesome to just be a part of the conversation. We definitely thought it would be cool to have those sessions emceed by youth that are, great personalities, because that's basically what those talents are, right? People that are great personalities that can hold a conversation. And why not give that opportunity to a youth who may not have considered broadcasting or being an MC, but after doing this and practicing with us, that might be their next career projection.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Right? Why
Yeah.
not? It's
A
and even
podcast, who knows?
hey, that's right. Yeah, you just never know until folks are exposed to different things. So I'm really just excited, and I thank God for connecting us and for us being able to have the discussions we've had and to be able to actually go ahead and get this started. And
Most definitely.
again, that first one on sports is February 25th, Friday, February 25th. If you go to nextgenerationconferences.com, you'll see it. Click on the link and you can click there and register and tell your friends about it. And in fact, we probably want to tell everybody you want to be a friend of yours too, right? Wouldn't that be, hey, look, we haven't gotten along, but I got something to share with you.
Your friends, your peers, your colleagues, just take it to your students, take it to your counselors to see if they to do a package deal, to tell all the students about it. So as many people as possible. And again, we are targeting and we are highly encouraging Black students to dial in, but this is open to everybody that's interested to learn more about working in the sports industry.
Hmm. Joel, looking forward to having some more conversations with you about this. We'll be bringing them right here on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else. So stay tuned in the next couple of weeks for more of these conversations with updates on what's happening regarding the conferences. I'm really, man, I'm big time excited. I saw you've made some social media posts about it. I have, and man, wouldn't it? I'm just really excited about where this is gonna go.
I'm excited too, and like you said, I'm excited to just watch this thing grow. This started as a vision, guys, that me and Leon has just been praying on, and to watch a vision come to fruition is awesome. So, if anything, that should be a reason to tap in, because
Right.
this is a vision that we're just running with and watching how God adds the increase. So,
Yeah,
that's another great reason to tap in.
absolutely. Well, Joel, let's wrap it up for today. We'll be back again at folks. Again, that's nextgenerationconferences.com. It's right there on the screen. Nextgenerationconferences.com. It's right there. Where is it, Joel? You went that. Where is it? Yep, it's right there and like right up there also, right? So
Okay.
no, it's down there too. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, it'll be down. That's right. It's both places. Yep. Yep. So you
You
can.
can't miss it.
Right on. All right, Joel. Good spending time with you as always.
Likewise.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you, LP.